Hello class, it's Alice again. My speech today is about beauty contests for little kids. They are lately very common and popular, especially because we see it on TV, Tiara and Toddlers, or Honey Boo Boo. We see little girls with fake tan, short dresses, high heels, and that might be not the first thing what we associate with 4-year-old kids or even younger, a little bit older. When you first look at it, might have a little positive experience. I mean, dressing up is always fun. But if we take a closer look, there might be some negative experience to that. When the moms dress the little girls up, they have to sing, perform, act like grown-ups, and the moms might have the best intention for whatever reason, maybe just improving the family bank account, or maybe just because it was their own dream, or just give them a little positive experience, especially when the kid got maybe bullied at school and then suddenly winning a beauty contest as, I guess, a nice experience. To push their self-esteem. But, it can open some doors to better opportunities. Little research I found out, Sophia Loren, the famous Italian actress, she actually won a beauty contest when she was 14 years old. But, if we take a closer look, it can be at one point a traumatic experience or traumatizing experience. It's nice if you suddenly can afford things from the money you win, but what if you think further ahead? What happens if they don't win? What happens then? They can't afford, maybe they can't afford groceries or rent or other bills, and that puts a lot of pressure on these kids. And instead of meeting friends or just playing as kids should do, they have to practice just to keep better and better and to improve themselves, and that's a lot of pressure. And apart from the financial one, it does a lot to the mental well-being. If you're constantly under pressure to please someone else or someone else's expectation, that can cause some serious depression, or the feeling not being good enough, or even being stuck in that lifestyle because I have to pay the bills so my family can survive. And I guess that can cause some serious anxieties, or even eating disorders, because you have to have a certain size, you have to fit in a certain dress, and it causes really high stress. On the other hand, when it is a girl who constantly wins the beauty contest, I could imagine they become at one point narcissistic, and because the career went well, and they always get validated by their looks, and that has a impact on further or future relationships and the partners too, because they constantly seek for validation and attention, or if they don't win, they have a low self-esteem and a poor self-image, and that's a physical effect on these poor little girls. And in trying to meet expectations to have a certain weight, they just keep counting calories or what they can eat, or what's healthy enough, instead of just discovering at a certain age that there is I don't know, from different countries, different foods, and just discover stuff and make an experience. They spend more time in not eating or just special things so they still stay skinny. Yeah, that can cause worst case, and they could be anorexic, what means they're starving themselves, or bulimic, that they eat and just vomit after eating, or plastic surgery. They can, at one point, they can be addicted to plastic surgery because there's always something you want to have better, look better, and they're never satisfied. And then, yeah, at one point, I would even go that far and say they could go to having some drug addictions or even alcoholism. I mean, I read that, for example, vodka has no calories. Who knew that? And, yeah, instead of eating, they just have vodka instead. Yeah, because no calories, and if they're unhappy, that kind of helps, I guess. Yeah, and then next bad point or an aspect is dressing not age appropriate, and these short, sparkly dresses, makeup, high heels. They get attention, I guess, from pedophiles. They see them on TV, or even they watch the beauty contests. I apologize, I have a little cold. There was a case of JonBenét Ramsey that was a little beauty queen, and she got sexually assaulted in her own house and got killed. And there's some scandals lately, or Harry Weinstein, Bill Cosby. They invite young girls, maybe they won a beauty contest at one point, so they're pretty girls, and they make them they get introduced to important people, producers, like I said, Harry Weinstein, and then they have to talk, and then they think they have to do some certain stuff, so they open the doors for even better opportunities, and yeah, and they get covered or no one expected that from them because they're family fathers too, or they're so important in the business that other people cover for them up, or other people don't dare to speak up just because they want to become famous. And yeah, that's traumatizing, especially when they have back in mind, oh, I have to pay my bills, I have to pay bills so my family can survive, pay groceries, go to further beauty contests. And I think that's so much pressure on these little girls, and they cannot make their own experience because they just are so focused on pleasing everyone else. And then another aspect might be it has a bad influence on the siblings. Either the beauty queen or the one who always goes to the contest gets the attention from the parents, and the other sibling maybe not, and that can cause competitive behavior instead of exploring and having fun together. It's like who gets more attention from the parents, and siblings might even feel neglected, what also can cause eating disorders, or just hanging out with wrong friends, or just being rebellious because some bad attention is better than no attention, I guess. And yeah, and then I mean, it's nice having better living standards when they win, but it's a lot of stress for these kids. And it even can cause negative impact on the dads. I mean, if they have constantly to pay for costumes, or I don't know, makeup and all this stuff, or traveling to the contest, and then they feel like a failure because they can't afford it, and they can't, and then the little girl has to work and bring the money. It's just, yeah, it's a cycle. And yeah, or maybe then he feels bad if she loses because he didn't invest enough in her costume. And or if something bad happens, dad couldn't protect this little girl. So yeah, it is not a good experience if you look closer into it. And even if they have that good experience and win and win and win, and the door opens and they get actresses, singers, they have their own rules then in are grown-ups because they pay the bills, and I guess they don't pay enough respect to their parents because why should they? They are paying the parents. And another good example, maybe Demi Lovato. She is an actress, she was successful in a young age, and she just suffered from a drug overdose. And I saw a reporter asked her mom and said, "Why don't you say something?" And she was, "Well, what can I do? She is paying the bills." So, yeah, that's something you should think of. And I think we're in the time now where actually women fought a lot for equality, and these beauty contests are actually a step backwards. Instead of rewarding good education, it's a competition between women, and it's just for looks, and instead of having good education. And rather to be taught that matters, you have to have the looks or you have to sing. It should be more about no matter what size, shape, weight, or talent, everyone is unique in his own way. And I think that's what we should teach our kids. And so that's why I think it's, at first you think it's something nice, but if you take a closer look at it, it's actually a bad experience. Maybe as a one-time thing, but if you keep going there, being addicted to it, and you have to go, it has a bad impact, and you should watch for your kid. And yeah, if you want to do that, just have a close look at it and be aware of the danger, what can happen. Thank you so much for watching, and I had lots of fun in that class. Thank you.